Welcome to Soul Sessions, your weekly dose that lets you live well and feel strong. Now today we're going to be talking about something we often take for granted until it fails us, our bodies. And now my guest today is a brilliant physiotherapist who is every day helping people feel stronger, move better, heal faster, and of course live pain-free. So whether na back pain, no, abi neck pain, abi leg pain, all of it, we're going to be talking about it on the show today. So if you've been looking for a way to care for your bodies better, then sit right here. You're on the right show. My name is Osara Nomasaba. Most people know me as the Adichie. Welcome to Soul Sessions. Alright, so this is still Soul Sessions, and like I mentioned, I have a brilliant physiotherapist with us on the show, Dr. Adichie Uchechukwu, and he's here to break tables, shake tables, and maybe break some backs, just so we know how to care for our bodies a lot better. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm very fine.
Great, so we're happy to have you. I mean, just from when you sat down, you already made mention about, sitting postures.
Yes.
And I think it is no news that a lot of people might not even know how to care for their bodies,
yes,
or know what their bodies need. So now, in terms of meeting bodily needs the right way, as a physiotherapist, how would you say people should address it?
Okay, start by defining what posture is. Simply put, posture is just the attitude of the body, right? So when you see someone, the judgment you make of the person is dependent on how they carry themselves. So it's just like the alignment of the bones, muscle, tissue, ligament, either in motion or when it's in a static position. So that's just a simple definition to put it. So posture affects everything we'll do. How you are seated. When I came in, I mentioned that this chair is bad. It's forcing me to, sit upright. Actually, everyone should sit upright. You sit as if there is an imaginary coin on your head.
Okay.
That must not fall off your head align. So if I do like this,
that's something another day sit okay.
No, you try.
Thank you.
All right, so let's just start that way.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. So I mean, for depending on the kind of jobs people do. Say for example, you're a banker, or you're constantly maybe in front of a desk or in front of a system, right? I mean, you are probably maybe out of the 9 to 5, you are probably doing maybe a good percentage of that time in front of the desk. And then you stand up and your back is bending, In fact, I have a story. It was a friend of mine who actually, worked a desk job. And then, a few years later, he said he had to do his spinal surgery. Because, once they just said that something was wrong with his, spinal cord. It was from, his posture and all of it.
Yes.
And it kind of made me to how are we truly supposed to sit? And, for people who are probably, on their phones, on their laptops, or at a desk, right? How do you properly know, okay, when do I take a break? And when do I know there is an issue with my posture?
All right. There is something called ergonomics, right? It's a specialty that deals with all of this. There's also workplace ergonomics. Sadly, many structures and organizations don't have proper educational insight as to how the workplace environment should be. So, for instance, a lot of banks are doing better now. For instance, that bank issue.
Yes.
However, their chairs now have, so there is, let's quickly go to science class.
Yes.
A little bit of anatomy. So the body has curves, indentation along the spine. So the spine is not just straight.
Okay.
There is a curve at the top part of your neck. There is a curve at the upper part of your back.
Yes.
There is another curve at the lower part of your back. So it's like an S, an indentation, concave, convex, like that, like an S. All right, so for people like bankers, they do a lot of sitting. They sit for extended period of time. So over time, like I mentioned, posture is the attitude of the body. So you get to work as early as maybe 8, 9. You are very excited. Over time, as you're tired, your body wants to relax. So So that abnormal posture puts a strain on your ligaments and tissues, and over time, can result in compression of other sensitive structures that can lead to pain, right? So things like sitting for extended period of time, they can do something about it. Maybe after like 30 minutes, 1 hour, I know that, especially when you have like a long queue in front of you, it might not look feasible, but at the end of the day, you see the way the body is not forgetful, right? Every little thing you do with your body, there is like an invisible bank somewhere.
Wow.
Maybe in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you begin to reap the dividends of how you treat your body. So for that banker, so taking breaks, come up, stretch to the left. When we get to the activity session, I'll probably just mention something, taking stretch and all of that, because when you sit for an extended period of time, the thigh muscles, the hip flexors are contracted, some muscles are lengthening, some are shortening. So the pressure, imagine, you must have seen it maybe when you see people walk, or maybe when you go to the market and you see all these carriers carry everything on their head. So now you look at it and you cringe. We do that to our body every day when we sit at a particular position for an extended period of time without moving, right? So that's one thing that they can do. For tech bros, right? I warn my tech friends that eventually you are going to be my patient. They laugh.
Wow.
Because when you sit an extended, there was someone I treated about a year ago from wrist issues. She's always on her system.
Typing.
But there is how you must place your hand on your table. Don't go like this. Don't go like this. It should be level, right? So the screen should be at the level of the eye. So don't look up.
You're not looking
down. Don't look down. There's also posture in lying down. There's actually expression of posture in everything. Using a pillow, ensure that the pillow matches the space between your neck and your shoulder. So when you sleep, your neck should not turn to the right. It should not turn to the left. It should look very, very... So when you lie down, the space between the pillow and your neck should be exact. Now, it might not be perfect. So there are different kinds of pillows, soft pillows, hard pillows, but ensure that whatever it is you're doing, when you're lying down, your neck should not be tilted to the left or to the right. But it's as if you are looking straight ahead. So when you do all of that, there are many things to talk about.
I mean, as you're even describing the head posture, so we're just supposed to like face up when we're sleeping. You know, there's the myth that if you face up, you will have bad dreams.
No, you can lie face down, lie on your side, any position you choose. Just ensure that it's dynamic. You move from time to time. And there are bad postures, but what is good for some might be bad for another person. So, for instance, people's anatomy differ. You know, in this part of the world where our women are blessed posteriorly, right? That can, in a way, contribute to back pain. There's something called the lordotic curve. When you say, oh, this person has mad shape, figure 8, eventually, that's back pain waiting to happen. Now, they look aesthetically pleasing, but that orientation can eventually lead to back pain, because when somebody has mad hip, figure 8, eventually, they might have knock
pressure on their
knees and their hips. So, now, someone that is naturally like that, what do? You are just going to walk around it. Use the attitude of your body and strengthen the muscles around this area. Move as much as you can to ensure that you live a healthy life. A
healthy life, because I mean that's really what is on the mind of a lot of people. Many people will just say, well, I just want to live healthy and happy, you know, but they might not even know the details of all. I mean, mentioning where my head should face, as that's a new one for me, to be very honest, and to see that, you know, it's these little things that matter. But as your experience, you know, as a physiotherapist, what would you say is one major body part that people mostly complain about, and why would you say, you know, or what would you attribute to it?
All right, most people back pain, followed by neck pain, and because a lot of movement happens in the back. And for instance, this chair is bad. Sooner or later, some of you become my patients. It's just how it is, right? You know.
But I mean, they're fine now. That's the thing. Maybe we should also give or share this information with people who design, because sometimes things look so aesthetically pleasing. We want the bed to be fine. We want the chairs to be, you know, gorgeous. You know, the table to, you know, give what it's supposed to give, but we're not taking into consideration, you know, all these things. So how do physiotherapists now pass this message across to artisans or designers?
All right. So I would also say that naturally, things that are good for us, we don't like them. So you tell someone, take water, eat fruits, rest a lot. It looks, is that all? But if you give the person hamburger, you give the person shawarma, you give the person pizza.
Why not?
They are rejoicing. Even you said
Why not?
So for this kind of, so there is, you ensure that the chair should be in such a way that it matches the curve of the back, the lordotic curve. So the lower back, it's indented. It should follow. You must have seen those ergonomic chairs and all of that. So many chairs are just aesthetically pleasing, and it looks. Some of those detailing looks insignificant. It's a trained eye that will tell you that, oh, this is good, this is bad. So if the camera can point to this, for instance, this chair is bad. This chair is bad.
So no, with this description now, it feels like we can only, because how do you now design sofas?
Okay.
Right, to fit the ergonomic, the shape? Because if you see a sofa that is so high extended to reach maybe the neck, it might not be fine.
Well, just first and foremost, ensure that the low back is supported.
Okay.
All right, so for me to be comfortable in this chair, is that I move in.
Okay.
Or I sit
up,
chest out like a princess. All right, so
okay.
So there is that too.
Well, what would you say is like the biggest myth people have about physiotherapy?
Ignorance. Like, a lot of people don't know how much of a physiotherapist they need until they meet one. All right, so many times, physiotherapy covers a wide range of condition, mobility issues. Maybe somebody has a stroke or a child that has movement disorder, delayed developmental milestones. So many times, the first time someone interacts with a physiotherapist is the first time they need one. And I also say we are not doing so much on our own part, so because the advocacy is not so loud.
Yes,
it's not so loud. So
I agree.
And so another thing is, once you enter maybe healthcare environment, hospitals, once you get doctor, they call all of us doctors. So I think one of the things we should do, myself inclusive, is to ensure we specify the importance of everybody. A dentist is a doctor, but not a medical doctor.
Yes.
Like, so emphasizing how unique we are and what we can do for the society.
Okay, great. Which is why I'm even very passionate about torchlighting things like this, because you say you have back pain. They don't think about going to a physiotherapist. True. They will go to a doctor, right? And maybe, just like you said, advocacy needs to be more. So, I mean, PSA, public service announcement to everyone. What is the difference between what a physiotherapist does, and why and how would you know when to go to a physiotherapist instead of a medical doctor?
All right, so picture it this way. Physiotherapists, doctors, dentists, surgeons, all of us as healthcare professionals, and we are trained to treat human beings.
Yes.
All right, so especially in Nigeria, the first contact providers are the medical doctors.
That's true.
And many times they don't refer, because once they write medications for the patients, and in Nigeria, until we're about to die, we don't we don't seek solutions. So once I took a drug and it worked, so they enter that endless cycle of pain treatment. So also, when you go to proper healthcare facilities that they work as a team, they refer appropriately. So for instance, there are people that come to me, from the consultation, I know where to refer to. Oh, you need to see a surgeon, you need to, because physiotherapy treats, but many times our management is conservative. When I say that, they are red flags. Red flags are maybe things that are pointers to the fact that this person might need surgery as soon as possible. I refer to an orthopedic surgeon. I work with many of them.
Wow.
I need your expertise on this, and it works.
All right, so just finally, before we go into the activity, because I'm very eager to see, what you want to show us.
Right.
For our elderly ones, right, it seems like it's a trend, maybe once they get older, or, when they, gain a bit of weight. A lot of, older people always complain about arthritis, right, or, ankle pain and whatnot. Now, for young people like us who probably want to avoid getting to, that, juncture, how do we better prevent, some of these physiotherapy issues, at old age?
Oh, right. There are no physiotherapy issues. Many of those conditions are degenerative conditions. Like, they are age-related, right? So, for females generally, there is an important hormone in your body called the estrogen.
Yes.
And it's also important in protecting the health of your bones. So once you start to approach menopause, the production of that hormone reduces.
Okay.
And you begin to lose maybe some bone mass and all of that. So a younger lady, one of the things younger people can do, ladies inclusive, most especially, is to lift weights. Not those cute dumbbells that lift weights, because scientifically the body responds in get strengthened when you lift weights. So it's like the way, Nigerians are very tough. We can survive everywhere. So imagine, so when you lift weights, what you are doing is you are stimulating your bone to become stronger.
Them.
Yes. So there is that too. And also, I will try. I've related with a lot of young ladies. So there was a time I was consulting for CBN Clean about 2 years ago. And in a week, I think I saw about 2 or 3 ladies with ankle pain.
Wow.
And their worry is, how soon can I wear my heels? One told me that I needed to knock off this pain because I have a party on Saturday. She was in serious pain, so much pain she couldn't walk. I'm like, let's get you treated first. So things like heels puts your knees and your ankle in. You are surprised.
How do we do this one now?
Flat shoes work.
Well, not all outfits will go with flat shoes. Now, it's one is you are wearing high heel.
They said the same thing. So I can only try. I can only try. All right. So those are some things that they can do. So for aged people, for instance, they should register at a clinic and ensure that they are physically active. Now, you might not be able to entirely remove all of the symptoms, but some of those conditions are very manageable. Very manageable. Then weight gain too. Try to reduce your weight. Like if you're someone that is of the plus side, try cut down on your calories, exercise, burn those because for every time you add weight, you are adding more
pressure
to your joints and all of that. So that's another thing. Now, you cannot blame some people. Once they breathe in head, you add weight. But then there are ways to go about these things.
Amazing. So many things to learn, and I'm just hoping, it's also easy to, implement. But for, many of us who, are probably looking for ways to know how to stand right without standing like a soldier, or sit right, or know how to sleep right. After this break, we have a quick activity with Dr. Adichie, and he will tell us just what we should do. So don't go anywhere.
All right. Thank you.
It is still Soul Sessions. I have Dr. Adichie here with me in the studio, and it's time for us to know how better to care for our body. So I'm going to hand over to you so you get to tell us, what you want to show us for this activity session.
So practically, I'll just show 1, 2, 3 things people do wrongly, and I hope people are going to practice it. So, for instance, there are good or bad postures. So there's sway back. We don't want that. There's slouching, we don't want that. And there's also one that you must have seen, maybe scoliosis, when somebody is tilted. So if there is nothing fundamentally wrong with the posture, these are some of the things you can do. So for instance, when you walk, imagine, like I mentioned, an imaginary coin on your head, and you walk straight there. So don't look dejected like the economy. Sorry. All right. Another thing I also want to show is how to pick things.
Okay.
So, for instance, I want to pick something on the floor. So, can I practice with this?
Yeah, sure.
So, let's say you want to pick up something. You don't bend your back because over time you're going to strain it. So, you bend from your hip and your knee, something like this, and then come up.
Okay.
Like that. Do that too. Another thing you can do is you can go like this.
Big
and
pin.
Come back up. Yeah. So in both positions, you are protecting your back. Then in sitting too, you ensure that your knees are placed accurately. Your knees there's a knee level. Your knees are not going up or going down. Ensure that the screen is directly in front of you. You don't have to look all the way up. Like I'm looking at this light, you don't have to look down. Ensure that the screen is at your eye level, at the shoulder level too. Ensure that you can walk, not putting your hand up or putting your hand down. So when you are adjusting, ensure that your hand is like the nipple level, such that you can walk easily. Right. Another thing that is very common to a lot of people is the usage of our phones. Many times we look straight down on our phone. You are putting strain on your neck muscles and the structure. Over time, you can have tingling sensations, neck pain, heaviness, numbness, and all of that. So we want to avoid that. So if you want to use your phone, a lot of people don't practice this, but I hope you will practice this. You hold your phone like this. Can I have a phone?
Can we get a phone? So we have a practical example.
So you don't use your phone like this. You don't look like this, which many of us do. Put it at high level. It may look insignificant, but your body will thank you later. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I think there's still so much to learn and practice. But just before we go, what is one wellness advice you'd give to every young and old person out there?
We invest in clothing. We invest in housing, aesthetics, in perfumes. Do well to invest in your health as well. Thank you.
I love that. I love that. I particularly, just enjoyed this episode because it was a lot more, informative, than people would have expected. And we just trust that as you've shown us, as you've taught us, we will, implement and practice. Thank you so much, Dr. Adichie, for joining us today on Soul Sessions. It's been a wonderful one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So, of course, that is it on Soul Sessions today. Of course, as you are picking your, your bag, you want to hold your phone, please do it the right way, just so your body will thank you later on in life. Thank you so much for joining us today. Another episode would have another guest and, of course, a lot more to learn about how to care for our body, mind, and soul. Thank you so much. I am the Theedoqueen.